This perp back with another video, and I wanted to try something different on the channel, especially with it being snowfall season. If you haven't checked out my two latest snowfall reviews of episode 1 and 2, check those out in the description below, and definitely let me know how you guys feel about this video as well, and if you want me to keep doing these types of videos. I can probably try to think of things. Now, this is a what if series, a what if scenario. This is nothing set in stone. I have no leaks or inside information. This is literally just giving you a what if scenario to kind of boil up some discussions. I have another one I want to post up that I think will be pretty interesting. I don't know how many people would feel about it, but in this snowfall what if scenario, number one, what if Franklin dies? Where will the show go? Would the show fall off? Because if y'all remember, or if y'all been paying attention to the way John Singleton, RIP, has been talking about this whole entire series, how it's like the Black Game of Thrones, I'm still kind of waiting for that, even though we've gotten kind of hints to that. Who do you think, if this is the Black Game of Thrones, let me know in the comments section, who you think Franklin's character is? Because to me, when I look at Franklin's character, he's not a good person. He doesn't do anything for other people. Everything is for self. And rewatching these two episodes, a lot of this kind of stuck out, and I feel like I definitely look at Franklin as the villain, and it's an interesting way to kind of look at it. There's no really good or bad people. It's the environment that was set up for them, with the whole war on drugs. It's changed all these different characters from when we first were introduced to all these characters in the first season. They are not the same people. People are willing to kill over this. People are willing to betray, and that's what Franklin has pretty much done up to this point, is use people to his advantage, for success, for money. Anton has made a great point in, I think it was episode 2 or 1, either or, but he says something that, I'm paraphrasing, it's not for his financial gain, so he's not going to really care about it. So that lets you know that Franklin is a very selfish character. Even he's even willing to throw people that had his back since day one, like Leon, under the bus, just so he can stay in business. He doesn't really care about enemies. He's, okay with pretty much causing the chaos, but he doesn't really want to own up to it. And I think, with that being all said, it's really going to take a toll on him, and I think that's what's going to be his demise. And going back to Mel real quick, because I feel like Mel's going to be a big part in Franklin's demise, other than him just being in the drug gang. I just think his selfishness and him betraying the ones that are close to him is going to end up getting him killed. Now, what does that mean for the overall series if he were to die? Let's just say, hypothetically, he does die in this season. I have another what if. Stay tuned for that. I'm going to probably drop that very soon after I get done that, and who could take his place. But say he dies, what does that do for all these other characters that we've known up until this point? What does that mean for Teddy? What does that mean for, Sissy, his mother? What does that mean for his father? What does that mean to Leon? What path would Leon go? What would happen to Jerome? What would happen to Louis if Franklin were to die? What would that do to those characters' psyche? That's what's really interesting. And I know a lot of shows are afraid to kind of take the risk of killing their main lead off, but if it's done right, and there's tons of examples out there, if it's done right, you can make some really interesting game-changing stories out of those narratives. Will they do that? I still think it's very possible. They'll probably wait till like the final season to kind of really kill off Franklin. Or he'll probably, because I don't think the way Franklin has been going and all the dirt that he's done, it's unfortunate that that's the only thing left for him to do is die. But what he leaves behind is going to affect the country, or just affect his area up until this point, because now with more product on the street, there's more violence, more gangs, and it's all out of his control. He thought at this whole point that he was, the top dog, but, that throne is for the taking. Hence, this is definitely like a Game of Thrones type of scenario that they're kind of doing with the drug game. There's levels to it, and I want to kind of dive more into this, because the more I watch Snowfall, the more I kind of like dissecting or just speculating what's going to happen next, or where they could possibly take it. I would hate for them to really play it safe and have Franklin have some type of happy ending. I don't think he deserves that. Also, I know a lot of people ask the questions like, why is Franklin in the game? Why does he sell drugs? And I think the simple answer is, like how I've been saying in this whole entire video, is he's just selfish. He wants the money. That's the only reason most people get into the drug game, is to make money. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. If people don't like that, then, it's cool. But that's just how most of these crime dramas series end up happening, or just happen to go towards that direction. Anyways, back to Franklin. So, yeah, I pose those questions. What is Franklin's death going to do to motivate, or will we see other characters kind of just be in a disarray? How will product be moved around? Because Franklin is still a big player, but also he could be taken off the board if need be. If, Teddy doesn't see that he's really reliable, I really don't need him, there's other people out there that move smarter than him and know what they're doing. Franklin at this point is very smart, don't get it twisted, but I think his luck and the amount of knowledge he has, it's not connecting. It's getting him in trouble. It's the same thing with Teddy, which I'll probably do another video on that down the line if y'all enjoy what you're hearing. It's going to be interesting to see just how this season plays out, because we're definitely towards the end of this series, and things are definitely starting to shift as far as power, the hierarchy. Things are starting to shift around. So let me know how you all feel about Franklin dying. What would that mean to you? If it's done right, of course. If they do it in a trash way, then yeah, there's going to be hella backlash. Like I've always said, there are ways to do deaths of main characters, or just characters in general, the right way. Don't force it. Build up to it, and when it makes sense, let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what I really like about Snowfall. Aside from other things I have critiques about, that it does take a more grounded approach. There's not that soap opera type of overtone to the series. It's very much so strictly a drama. But anyways, that's my what if scenario. If Franklin dies, I think that will completely shift everything with Snowfall and its narratives and what that means for the series overall. Like I said, let me know how y'all feel about this. Is this a pretty good idea for content that you would like to hear more often? at random. There's not gonna be no set time. I'll put another one out to see how people vibe with that one. Let me know. Hit the like button, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at PerpMinder420. Till the next video, I will see y'all later. Peace.